Hello everyone, this is the 6th video in a short series about how to use the character tool and Wayfinder bot to play Pathfinder over Discord. In the last video we set up our druid that we're working on. We set up their inventory and gave them a backpack and threw some stuff in it. And in this video we are going to set up our druid's spellcasting. So I've mentioned a couple times that we are just transferring information over into this tool to be used with the bot over Discord. So I actually have our druid Tess planned out already. And I'm just sort of going through and picking what I want for the tool. So the first thing we're going to do is, like our other menus, we're going to configure Tess's spellcasting. So we're going to click here. And we know that Tess is a druid, so we want to pick her class as druid. And her tradition is going to be primal. So we can pick that. At level 1 she's trained, and then we have to pick the ability that this goes to, and this is going to be tied to Tess's wisdom. And then underneath that in spell slots, you will have to update this every time you gain a level, but for now we're going to leave it, meaning that Tess is going to have 5 cantrips and 2 level 1 spells. So, different game masters are going to have different ways of doing spell books because a druid is a prepared spellcaster. Some game masters don't care, and if your game master doesn't care about spell books and just says you have access to all the spells, just pick what you want for that day, you can just use this menu to add your spells. If your game master is going to require you to keep a spell book, if you go back to this configure menu, you have this thing that says loadouts, and you can actually add all of your prepared spells down here if that's the way your game master wants to do it, but that's really up to them. So we're going to go ahead and add some spells for our druid. So once again, back to our import tool, we're going to grab 5 cantrips and 2 level 1 spells. So again, I have these planned out already, but we're going to grab Gale Blast, Ray of Frost, classic, Taglefoot, another classic, No Direction, and Light, possibly the most classic. And then for her level 1 spells, we're going to grab Burning Hands and Featherfall. So now you can see all of these spells are in this all levels. And if we hit all of our level 0 spells, we get all of our cantrips, and if we go to 1, we get our level 1 spells. So what we're going to do now is that some of our spells, like Ray of Frost, require us to make a spell attack roll. They don't have a saving throw. We are actually striking with this spell. So we can add that to our strikes, and I think we're going to add Ray of Frost and Taglefoot are our 2 that need a strike made for them. So we're going to go back to our attacks menu, and like we did with our weapons, we're going to click the plus sign. We get this unarmed attack. We're going to edit that, except instead of weapon, we're going to pick spell. I'm going to give this a name, so we're going to make this Ray of Frost. And all of the spells that we've added to our character appear over here, so we're going to pick Ray of Frost. And you can see we have our spell attack menu here. And we do need to add the spell's damage in. So where it says spell damage down here, we are just going to manually type in whatever the rules say. So this isn't heightened at all. This is just a level 1 spell. So it's going to cause 1d4 plus our spellcasting modifier, which is tied to our wisdom. So we can type in 1d4 plus 4. And that's our spell's damage. So we can close that, and now we have our Ray of Frost here, and we're going to do the same thing for Taglefoot. Create a new strike, edit that strike, call it a spell, call it Taglefoot. We're going to pick Taglefoot. This will tell us the rules over here. So we don't actually need to add damage to this because Taglefoot doesn't cause any damage. This is only causing a speed penalty for whatever gets stuck in the blast radius. So we don't have to bother with this damage. Now, when we use this in the Pathfinder bot, it's actually going to display in Discord this whole card with all of the rules for the spells. So whenever we cast something that isn't a damaging spell, we can just read the card and determine what happens depending on the outcome of the roll. So some of our spells, even though they're combat spells, we don't need to create strikes for. So, for example, Burning Hands, because this is a spell that demands a save, we're never actually going to attack with it. We are just going to have the GM roll a save for the target. And there you have it. That is how to configure the spell menu to get your bonuses correct, and then to add spells and create strikes based off of those spells. So in the next video, now that our druid is basically finished, in the next video we're actually going to raise our druid's level and add some extra feats and make some adjustments based off of that. So see y'all next time.